Hello, welcome to my channel. Um, the topic is auditors. The time now is 4:26, Tuesday, February the 7th. And what's the altitude, Cougar? Oh,
No, the weather today is cloudy and 37 degrees Fahrenheit.
and before I do anything, I must give praise to the Most High because He created everything, including me and my mother and father and stuff. And my Cash App is
It's $ lowercase RONNIEWILSON one. I'm sorry, 58. And again, that's everything lowercase. That's Ronnie Wilson 58.
all right. And if you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now, if anybody want to help with the project I'm doing, trying to do, I want to build a Native American tea house.
Bye.
Oh, my wife said bye. And so, first thing I want to say is audits. I had talked about them before, but I seen something I didn't like. I know people hate cops, but all cops are not the same. You got bad apples in everywhere, so you can't take out what other cops do. Like the cops did that to that boy, God will take care of them. People always seek revenge, and they not God. You're not supposed to do that. Let him do that and stuff like that. But what I'm saying, getting back to these auditors, the ones that be thinking they journalists, which they not. They just say I'm a journalist and make them sound like they're important, and they think they're above everybody. They don't have to listen to anybody. They come disrupt people's jobs, and they try to lower you like a fishing, like you a fish on a hook. They trying to bait you, and that's what they do. They try to bait people into things, and they always talking about my rights, like first, second, third amendments, and they not. All of them do the same thing. Like when they go in each post office, postal serving, they only read the part that justifies that suits them, but they never read the whole thing. That's how they get over. And a lot of cops don't always read the whole thing. It said you still had to get permission from the postmaster. Do any of them ask that? No. They just come in and do what they want because they think that they're above everybody, even above the cop. They like to control things, and when they keep standing there, it ain't about they protecting people's rights. This is all about money and clout. They don't care that they hide, like I said, they hide behind that first, third, and second amendment, which they don't really care about. Otherwise, they always say they contradict themselves. Otherwise, they wouldn't be saying, "Take away your immunity," and they always want to sue people. It's a hustle. They do all that to make money, and they always talk about we for the people rights. No, you're not. You only for there for your. They found a way to make money, and all of them went to the same audit school because they all do the same thing. And I was watching them one time, did you however see them show up, but the postal master showed up, he had them escort out the building, and they act like they don't have to get permission from anybody, and they have to listen too, because you're not above everybody, you're not above God, and all of them do that. The white one audit people, the Puerto Ricans do it, blacks do it. When they be up there, they all say the same thing. They do the same thing. You know why? Because all of them still. I'm not saying all Euros is bad, like European descent people. They all have white mentality in them. That's why they act like that. That was put into them, and they live with it. They like doing stuff like that. Like they would say, "I don't film children." Yes, y'all do. I seen plenty of little children in y'all video. They don't know the person in a witness protection program. All they care about is their wallet. And they ain't doing that for no other reason. And because you don't see news people, real news people, CBS, Eyewitness News, CNN. You don't see them going no damn post office and they're standing there like a bunch of kooks because they looking for a reaction. If they didn't have a reaction, they wouldn't have a little simple-minded story that they always say they got. Oh, I tell you after the story. What story? They all say the same thing. They all their stuff look the same. And yeah, you come to they feel that they in charge. That's why they don't feel threatened when they say, I'm at my job. Yeah, you at your job harassing people, and no matter how they want to sugarcoat it, and like they said, a camera's not a weapon. It is so a weapon. A camera can destroy your life. A gun can't do it. A gun just take you out. A camera take you out slowly. It's a weapon. And what I'm saying, when that cop said, but you still have, they all read the same thing. So they went to the same audit school, college for auditors to do this. And I didn't like how they act. And when you don't say them, they don't have a story. That's why they keep always act. When they try to make like they got Benedict, they always buy that little one damn stamp. They don't really want that stamp. That is the way that the military. I did the same thing. If I'm working on my job, you want to have a nice, pleasant day. You don't want to see no freaking cameras and all that stuff. When I worked at my job, you want to work to a day, just get to a day without being harassed or something like that. My boss did the same thing, so I know how those people feel and stuff like that. It's all about the dollar. That's what it's about. And they come up that cock and bull story. We here for your rights. No, y'all not. Won't y'all stop? Like all of y'all are the same way, and some of y'all get so bad that they go insane almost. And I know some cops are bad and they do bad things. Those are individuals. You can't say all cops like that. I got cops and law enforcement in my family, and they got good police records. That one of my cops in New Jersey even took a bullet for a lady. I guess he was a bad cop. Like I heard this other guy, another auditor, say he don't feel anything for cops, and stuff like that. Yeah, he probably had something done to him bad, but not all cops are the same. Like a guy said, he felt the same way until these guys whooping his ass, and the cop had to save his life. So that's why y'all shouldn't be saying all that stuff. Uh, um, so I don't care nothing about their children or anything. I would say that about my worst enemy because they don't understand because they already got demonized. Demons are in you, and the demon is making everything happen, and everybody's playing his game. Some people like to play his game. I try to stay away from that conflict, and stuff like that. But what I'm saying, I saw what he did, the lady did the day I was watching a video, and I got so disgusted. She gonna stand there, and after the man said, you still had to get permission from the postal master, none of them never asked permission because they feel he's nothing. They the bosses. Like I said, the word boss mean you are overseer. Y'all the new slave master. That's why I won't listen to none of y'all. And yeah, that's why people don't take y'all serious. I'm an independent journalist. You an independent auditor. That's what y'all, because some of y'all even say it. That's why I know y'all contradict that. So y'all got bipolar. Y'all can't make up your mind who you are. First y'all say, I'm a journalist. I'm a YouTuber. I'm saying I'm an auditor. That's why the cops call it. That's what it is. That's them or one of them auditors. They try to get a reaction. They were talking about no ill will intended. Yes, it is. Y'all always say all that stuff. Then they were talking about um, I'm a good citizen. No, you're not. Maybe some, maybe a little bit care about the first Third Amendment. The Third Amendment, that don't even, they said that don't even apply to a cops. That's why I'm saying why y'all always asking him, what's the Third Amendment? And there's nowhere like in the Constitution or the rights that he took. I heard the cops say we don't have to answer you, which he don't, and y'all gonna report him or y'all saying, oh, it's somebody take away somebody immunity. I ain't never seen a cop. Well, maybe a bad cop. I can't say that because I don't want to be called out. Maybe some bad cops did get their immunity taken, like those cops did. Yeah, so in the way they write, but y'all always try to threaten people with lawsuits, and that's what it's about. They want them they try to bait the cop to do something or even hit them so they can get a lawsuit. It's always a hustle. That's like entrapment, and stuff like that. And the cop sometimes won't even say nothing to them, and all they do is report them. I guarantee half those reports don't even go nowhere. When they say Some cops won't give you a badge number, even when give you the ID, a business card. You still want him to say it out. That's like I don't like the word public servant because actually the cop is a slave to y'all. It's like people don't know your social security number, all that's slavery. I was taught different from y'all. Y'all don't know none of this stuff. Your social security card is like prison numbers. They can even tell what color you are, even if a Latino person don't even have a name like Jose Gonzalez. He can have an American name like Robert Williams, and they can still tell if he's a Latino or not, because the numbers look different from a European descent person. And your birth certificate, like I said before, is a stock bond. You can't get nothing for, but you look at a bond, it looks similar to a birth certificate. That's what it is. You can even go on the line on online, see what you worth. But y'all not interested in nothing like that. Y'all interested in making money. Y'all tell people driving motorcycle with no registration or insurance. Why would you tell them don't go on that way? I heard them order to say that. I ain't gonna say independent journalists. In my book, you just a cloud chaser and like to harass people, and a lot of them don't think they harass people. Well, that's why I know all of them do got the same mindset that is harassment, and a lot of them even think they got white privilege and everything like that. And the ones of color, they more worse than the Euros. I see how they act. I have came up on some local YouTubers out here where I live in Connecticut. They real rude. They always say they not looking for reaction. Yes, they is. I don't care what they say. If they didn't get the reaction, they wouldn't have a good video. They like confrontations. And I heard that post worker say, oh, we had on it before. Um, she's confrontational and she like to start things. And see, a lot of cops don't really read Poster 7, read the entire thing. You know, it's all of them go to the same exact thing. I don't see about 30 or 40 of them. They all go to the same thing. They only read Poster 7, the ones that you can photograph in 4 years and all that stuff, because it justified their needs. When only one cop read the other side, he said, wait a minute, it said you still had to get permission from the postmaster. Do you ever see any of them go and ask for the postmaster? No, they think they don't have to listen to anybody. And I see them, just when you don't see a sign, might not say restricted. Why the hell you gonna say what? But they do that because they think they can do it. A lot of them do things and get away with it. They keep on. They're gonna change the law because the law y'all follow too ain't correct. That's why I told God I'm an Indian. We know laws were made up by men, so they can say we don't follow policy. To me, a law is like a policy because it was made up. It fits needs for certain people and certain people it don't fit, and they don't understand that. That's why when I seen one cop, I was so proud of him. I was clapping for him. He wouldn't even listen to them what they were saying, and he said, "Oh." Like y'all was saying, I'll answer questions. He said, I don't have to answer your question. There's no way, like he said in the Constitution, that well, I had to answer. When we take our oath, when we become a cop, it's like you swearing in for to the system and all that stuff. He told this audit person, we don't have, in our oath, it said, there's nowhere in the oath said we had to talk to y'all, which they don't. That's why some cops will say them, rather when they'll say them, oh, he's rude. I'm going to report you. That's all about money. A lot of them don't even give a damn about no constitution. If it was true, they not doing that for free. They getting money. That's what it's about. The old like that song said, what the OJ made, money, money, money. Some people would steal from their brother. Well, they doing the same thing. I don't care what they say. I'm not asking to be friendly with nobody. I'm just speaking my piece, like they speak theirs. Everybody got right to freedom of speech. When I see something ain't right, I'm gonna speak on it. I don't know everything. Y'all might know something I don't know, and I might know something that y'all know. But I wouldn't go out and do what y'all do because I'll find me another way to make money. It's easy money, and a lot of them make good money too. That's why, and I had to make fun of people's jobs and stuff like that. I saw they were harassing a cop lady. We let the lady eat her lunch. And she was being very nice. They want the cop to come out nasty and cuss at them so they can have more views. And my wife said a lot of people pay for their views too. You can do all that stuff when they was threatening people. You'll be on the internet for life on YouTube. I would say I don't care what they're gonna do to me. You think that scare me? That's like threats when they be to threatening people. And I would hear some of them talking about uh, you making a mistake. They act like the person don't got a right to call the police. They could call the police. Who are y'all to tell people? They actually act like, oh, don't tell me to call police. Yeah, she can call. That's her right too. Like y'all the only one got rights, and y'all think y'all the big a bowl of cheese. You know, you ain't none of my cheese. But I see what y'all doing, and I even heard him say, "Let's go f with the police," and the police can be minding their own business. If you don't like cops so much, which I know y'all don't, that's why y'all like to rap, and that give y'all a chance to get back at them. But a lot of y'all don't got police records and stuff like that. And I'm not saying I don't know what y'all got. I know some of y'all probably is had bad running with cops. The cops probably did something to make you not like them. But this is a way really to get back at the police. This ain't about no constitution and rights and all that stuff like that. When they be talking about it, they don't talk about the Indians died for rights too. And if it wasn't for Indians, y'all wouldn't even be doing what y'all doing. But if it wasn't for those Native American code talkers, the Japanese would have won this war, and you see how you like living under their rule. So I'm just, oh, wow, I'm just angry, and and the main people that people hate, I had running, like I said before, I had running with most people that be bothering me was people of color. Wasn't no white man that people hate so much, even though, I believe anybody can repent, even him. But some people think that he can't. What about uh, my mother knew a white guy was married to a black lady till he died. He was married to that black lady for over 55 years, and they had children. So he motherfucker didn't hate black people, and his wife said he treated her like the queen that she was. He didn't try to cook for me. He used to cook for the lady, and he even got beat up by white cops and stuff for her. And he still wouldn't announce, her out. So I may think differently from people. I think anybody can repent, even a person that's not on that chart. Would they be having the 12 tribes? But I don't. I'm just talking, about stuff. But the auditors, I would never call them a news reporter. And they keep saying anybody can be a news reporter. Yeah, but you had to be a trained one because y'all sure ain't trained in how to talk to people. You see, news reporter tell me saying "f your mother." That's why people don't take y'all serious. They be looking at y'all, oh, one of those pretenders, thinking he's a news reporter and stuff like that. Because I seen news report. I ain't saying what they don't do behind closed door, but when they be out in public, they don't be cussing at people because they can lose their job within a heartbeat. I just didn't like the way y'all do. If I see a child, I wouldn't film y'all. Film the child like take your damn children outside. That's what they saying. They don't give a damn about nobody. All they care about is the old green. They want their walls to stay fat and people to stay in misery under them. They want to be the rules so bad. They was talking about cops got big egos. So do y'all. I see the way y'all talk. And then when the cop don't answer y'all, he want to go on about his business. He ain't got time for y'all little nonsense that y'all be trying to pull. Some cops walk by them, they won't give them the badge number, and they actually follow this cop around and try to get something from him. That's why the cops, you want my name, go file a report or something like that. But they ain't got time for that. And I said, why would you do that? I seen someone go in police station and pretend they drinking beer. And why would you do that? That's dumb. That's not no news. A real reporter wouldn't even do that. He wouldn't pour soda in a bottle and put a bag over, make like he drinking liquor, because he already got a job. He don't have to do that. Oh boy, I can go on and on. I see a lot of things that I don't like what they do. Uh, I've been a YouTuber now for about 6 7 months, and I'm not mad or anything like saying, I ain't got no money. I don't care. I just like to talk. But I was telling people I do want to open up me another trading post. So I have one in New York, so people can come and learn. They ain't got no store to sell stuff where they can come learn about any like sashes with Boy Scouts. Where I used to sell all that stuff. Girl Scout, they can do projects on Indians. That's why I want to open up this store. That's why I was asking people if they can donate anything, $5, $10. I appreciate it. My money go to something worthwhile. Most auditors they like to get money and usually when they get the money, they go buy cars and stuff like that. I know a lot of them do, and they drive a hootie, but then they ain't got no money. Well, that's what I wanted to say. Stop bothering people, and when a person don't say nothing to y'all, then y'all say something to that person. If people already know y'all don't really want no stamp, because y'all did, y'all buy a whole book, come in and post on this one stamp. That's how people do. They make it look like they got business. They buy a stamp. You doing business. To me, that's really not no business. That is a bunch of malarkey. So, anyway, the name of this video is called Auditors. So, I talk to y'all later. I always come in and do my video before my son get here. When he come in here, I can't do none of this. So, Donada Wado. Take care and have a blessed night. Yawish. That means thank you and good night.